If we seeing what happened in Palestine for the last 60 years, but the last 20 years at least, the Oslo Agreement, I think normalizing of occupation, not only normalizing the refugee ship and the refugee camp, it's occupation becomes normal. So why I always joke for the visitors to RIWAQ, every day I open the door and step outside my office and look at the settlement, which is 500 meters from my office, to remind myself that, thanks God, I'm occupied. I am occupied, so I have to act upon it. It's not to normalize things like we are living in Ramallah or living in Beit Lahem, have nothing to do with the abnormality of the other situations. So I think the refugees at the refugee camps risking normalization in this, like, even occupation, colonization is normalized. What can you imagine from the symptoms of occupation and colonization can be normalized. So I think it is an opportunity. It's like for a preservation of what? Preservation of the possibility to remember, a possibility of alternative past and alternative future. So conservation in this sense attains significance in the refugee camp. Why to restore, why to keep or preserve refugee camps, to think about preservation in the context of refugee camp. You are not thinking about the structures themselves, but you are thinking about what are they structuring, which is our minds. It's like giving us a hope that we are not occupied or thinking beyond the normalization discourse. You cannot, I cannot avoid but saying or seeing that the refugee is not normalized or the refugee camp is not normalized, because it is there. It is there. If it disappears, for God's sake, hope it will not happen. If it disappears, and it's happening in Syria, if Yarmouk disappears, I think the refugee problem in Syria will disappear. Because they are in Europe now, they are citizens and they have cars and everything is fine. So they were near the borders, and when you are away from the borders, your memory will change and your relation to the right of return will change. You will find another manifestation to think about your kids and to tell them the story, and maybe you visit with your Swiss passport to Palestine and so on. It will be fantasy for a day or 1 week, but it will not be an active political act. It will not be a political act. Really, it will be a summertime in Palestine. But being near the borders in Baqa, in Jordan, or in Shateel Sabra and Burj al-Barajni, and in Gaza Strip and Palestine, this is a true reminder. Nobody can overrun it or just not to pay attention to it. And this is one of my conclusions in my dissertation. Like, as far as the right of return is not solved, there will be a scars which is open and a point of conflict, political unrest, struggle, and so on. It will always happen because it will be infused with this mass population. Mass. It is mass in terms of the intensity of building, and the mass in terms of population. Lots of refugees are, I think more than half of Palestinian population are refugees, and they are always ready to start this thing. This is important. I don't know how. I don't find the answer how they manage to be ready. It's like they are in a scout group, be ready. They are ready to go to the street. The first intifada, the second intifada, the habba, whatever, the rallies, the memorization, the political debates on the TV, always they are present. Because maybe they are the majority, this is why we see they are present, but really they use their time to do it, and to talk about it, and to think about other things. So the time to normalization will never happen, even with good infrastructure in the refugee camp. Actually, for me, the refugee camps also a possible city that did not come to Palestine. We don't have cities in Palestine, maybe Ramallah to a certain level, because a refugee camp with 46 villages of origin are concentrating in 1/3 kilometer square. It is a city. It is an intensity that people who are foreigners, strangers to others, are living together. This is the definition of a city. A city that can absorb variety of people, not not only to stick with the Hebronites and Abulsis and stay like in a patriarchy, which is a village for me. It's a big village. So thinking about significance, just imagine people start to talk now about favelas, about informal cities, informal constructions as important thing, as important space, spatial arrangement, as an important place where things can happen. Favelas is where things can happen, while the cities in Brasilia is normal cities. You can work, go and sleep, do something. But in favelas, even cultural production is happening there. The music, the new trends and fashion, the new way of, the creative way of coping with humidity. It happens in these places. And I think it happened in refugee camps. I learned a lot from them, how to paint so it will not peel and so on, with humidity, how to deal with heat and air conditioning and so on. What does it mean? So I can learn a lot from the refugee camp, but the refugee camp is becoming an informal city, which we as Palestinians who are not refugees can learn from them how we build our future Palestine.